All right, time for another update. It's the coming up on the end of May. Wow, it's coming up on the end of May. All right, and I've got the 4 motors in, mounted up on the gearbox. This is a final install. Back cross member, motors are broken in. Yeah, still got a lot of little wiring things to finish. Got to put up hook the tack up. I don't have all the high current cables hooked up. Got some holes to patch up for the firewall. But let's see, go underneath here. Need a little adjustment there, but got the reverser in, drive shaft. It's a 2-piece drive shaft because it's so freaking long, and I had that cross member in the middle. So there's the main support, second drive shaft. And then back there, I swapped out the differential. That is the 9-inch I did a video on a little while ago that I had bought on eBay for $500. Some company was going out of business, but it's a spool with a 430. It's a nodular case, large pinion. It had thought it had a 1350, but it actually had a 1330 yoke. Luckily, I had one sitting around, so I used that instead of one of the adapter U-joints because it's stronger. Got the rear brakes all sorted and working with the airbags. The airbags there, they were causing issues where I had the brakes for the emergency brake cables. Airbags are so I can adjust the suspension height depending on how many batteries I have in the back. I was running essentially no suspension travel before, very little. So this gives me adjustment. This is airbags I don't adjust while I'm driving. It's just a air chuck. Air chuck here, and I can just air it up, and it'll be sitting lower than that. But yeah. So I've got that. These are also larger tires. The race tires that I were running before, and I'll probably run again for 1 mile, were small diameter, 24.7, and that was kind of a function of what I could get at the time. That was Y plus rated. To be able to run the US mile, you need to have those. For the half-mile race, which I'm going to be doing in middle of June, which is 3 weeks from now, is the Pikes Peak Airstrip Attack, and it's a half-mile race, and they're much less picky about tires. But trans tunnel still needed some work into it. I was actually doing some wiring tonight. Modified the brake pedal, and I've got the throttle wired in. It looks really goofy and hacky, but it actually works surprisingly well, because your foot's just a little bit angled when you're in the car. But it actually, like I said, I was surprised how well that worked out. I was trying to pull out the brake pedal, make a new arm for it, and scoot it over, and then just went this route. It gives me enough clearance so that it doesn't interfere with the gas pedal. And then, I mean, come on, look at that. That's bespoke, CNC, handcrafted, custom brake pedal there. You can't even get that on a Aston Martin for good reason. But, I just had that left over when I cut out the logo on some other things. That's one of the drops, and it was either that or throw it in the bin. So anyway, past that, I've got some 12-volt wiring, the high current wiring I was showing, and then I hope to get it to the dyno. And then, because one of the big things I don't know with these motors, that's a lot of material removed. It's lower back EMF, which is going to lower the torque, but then raise the RPM limit. And I'm also not running running 1500 amps in this motors, so that will also raise the point at which the torque starts dropping off, as opposed to the previous motors. I could potentially run 3000 amps. The most I get to run through these is 1500, so lower current raises means that the torque drop off happens at a higher RPM. So I've got the 430s in there now, and I hope to take it to the dyno in the next week or two, and then decide to make a final decision on gears and tires. I've got a set of I've got the 430s that are in here now, and then this is the 308s. I saw in videos from years back, the 308s that I got out, I just took out. It's a locker. These are actually a takeoffs from a NASCAR team, all polished. It's a shame to put it in a differential because it's inside the axle because it's so pretty. But again, nodular case, big pinion, and then up there somewhere, you can kind of see it, is a 250. So I've got those two gears and then the two tires that I can play with to figure out what RPM I want to run. But yeah, that's probably the biggest update for now until I actually have a chance to take it for a spin. The last few things are just pretty little wiring stuff, but oil in the differential, check over all the brakes, just do safety checks. But yeah, once I get all that done and at least have a chance to put some power to the wheels, I'll do the next update. Stay tuned.